Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're digging into one of the biggest challenges for any parent. How do we raise kids who aren't just well-behaved, but are genuinely capable and self-reliant? It all comes down to a really important shift in how we think, moving away from punishment and towards something way more powerful, teaching.
So let's just start with this question right here. Because how you answer it, well, it changes everything. The path of control, that can feel like a constant power struggle, right? But if you choose the path of teaching, you become a guide. You're helping your child build a set of skills that will literally serve them for the rest of their life.
We often use the words discipline and punishment like they're the same thing, but they are worlds apart. And honestly, getting the difference between them is the first huge step toward a much more effective and, frankly, more connected way of parenting.
Just look at the word discipline itself. It comes from the Latin word for to teach. That's the whole idea right there. It's not about making a kid feel bad or ashamed for making a mistake. It's about giving them the tools and the understanding so they can make a better choice the next time around.
And this is where that difference becomes so clear. See, discipline is proactive. It's all about looking forward, building skills for the future. Punishment, on the other hand, is reactive. It's totally stuck in the past. All it does is make a kid pay for a mistake, which doesn't teach them what to do differently. If anything, it just teaches them how to not get caught next time.
I love this analogy from the children's mental health expert, Mr. Stu. He puts it perfectly. Punishment is just one tiny, and often not very effective, tool. True discipline opens up this whole huge toolbox of much more constructive ways to teach our kids.
Okay, so if discipline is all about teaching, that makes you a teacher. And that brings up a pretty big question. What kind of teacher do you want to be? Because your approach, your mindset, really sets the tone for everything. So research basically breaks it down into three main styles. You've got the authoritarian approach, the classic because I said so, which, let's be honest, usually just leads to rebellion or kids who get really good at hiding things. Then, on the complete other side, you have the permissive style, which has so few rules that it can actually make a kid feel kind of lost and insecure. The sweet spot, the one that really works, is the authoritative approach. It's this beautiful balance of being warm and supportive while still holding firm, clear, and respectful boundaries. The goal here is this idea of freedom within limits. It's not about telling your kids what to think, it's about teaching them how to think. You're basically setting up a safe playing field with clear rules, and then you're coaching them on how to make good choices within that space. So before you can be that great teacher for your child, you kind of need your own game plan, right? Your own playbook. This isn't about just reacting when things go wrong. It's about having a clear strategy.
And this right here, this is so important. Because the foundation for all of this starts with us. Our kids are like little sponges. They are watching everything we do. They will learn so much more from how you handle your own frustration than they ever will from a lecture. You are their #1 role model.
The Tandem Bini Foundation gives us this really simple but super powerful framework, the 3 C's. First, you have to be a united team. Kids can't get mixed messages. Next, you have to be committed. That means applying the rules every day, not just when you feel like it. And that leads to the big one, being consistent. Kids absolutely thrive when their world is predictable.
And why do these 3 C's work so well? It's simple. When children know what to expect, they feel safe. And when they feel safe, all that mental energy they might have spent testing boundaries gets freed up. They can actually focus on learning and developing their own internal sense of control. All right, so let's get into the really cool part, the science. What is actually going on inside a kid's brain when we focus on teaching instead of just punishing? We're not just correcting behavior. We are physically helping to build the parts of the brain responsible for self-control.
This amazing system is called executive function, and Harvard Center on the Developing Child has the perfect analogy for it. It's the brain's air traffic control system. It's what helps us plan, focus, remember instructions, and juggle multiple tasks. And here's the kicker. We are not born with these skills. They are built over time through practice and experience.
So this air traffic control system has 3 core skills working together. You've got working memory. That's what lets a kid remember a 2-step instruction like, please get your shoes and then grab your coat. Then you have inhibitory control. That's the skill that stops them from hitting their sibling when they're angry. And finally, cognitive flexibility, which is what helps them adapt when plans change and they can't go to the playground because it's raining.
And you want to know the absolute best part about all this brain science? We build these critical life skills through play. Seriously, it's that simple. A game of red light, green light isn't just fun, it's a major workout for their inhibitory control. All these little playful moments are literally building the architecture for self-discipline in their brains.
Okay, so we've got the mindset, we've touched on the science. Now let's make it real. How do you actually use all this when your toddler is having a meltdown because they don't want to put their toys away?
A huge tool in your kit is understanding consequences that teach. You've got two main types. Natural consequences are the ones that life just delivers on its own. If you refuse to wear your coat, you're going to feel cold. The lesson is built right in. Then you have logical consequences. These are the ones you create, but, and this is key, they have to be directly related to the behavior. If you throw your toy, you lose the toy for a little while. Makes sense, right? And remember, real independence is built in these tiny, daily moments, involving them in real tasks, giving them choices, even simple ones like red shirt or blue shirt, and letting them struggle a little bit before you jump in to help. All of this sends a really powerful message. I trust you. You are capable. That's how you build real competence from the ground up.
So the big takeaway here is to totally reframe how we look at these tasks. Setting the table is not just a chore, it's a lesson in how we contribute to the family. Tidying up toys isn't about being neat, it's a lesson in taking responsibility for our things. Every one of these small moments is a chance to teach something important.
So, at the end of the day, it all comes back to that very first question. When you shift your whole perspective from punishment to teaching, you're doing so much more than just managing behavior. You are actively building the foundation for a capable, confident, and self-reliant human being. And really, what could be more important than that?